I can't promise you that this cardboard is going to be worth $100,000 a piece in 10 years. But what I can promise you is that if you buy it for your collection binder, you're going to open it in 10 years and you're going to look at it and say, oh yeah, I'm glad that I have that card in my collection. And when I can promise something like that to a person and feel comfortable with it, I can go home and I can sleep easy at night. Hey everybody, Clay here, Cardboard Empires, and today we're going to go over some purchases made in the shop over the last about a week or so. And we're going to go over some Pokemon and some Magic today. Some really, really, really fun stuff came in the shop. First, these came in as a part of all these, but they were pulled immediately and stuck in the case. So I'm going to get these out of the way. The Shining Mew. Beautiful, beautiful card. And if you follow my Facebook page, then you know that I had the big brother to the Shining Mew, to this Mew, last week, but it actually sold. The Test Tube Mewtwo. Beautiful card. Awesome card. And then no sooner does the Test Tube Mewtwo sell in the shop, but his little brother walks in the door, the Shining Mew. This is part of the same set. And it would have been cool to have both of these in the case at the same time next to each other, but I'm just lucky to have had, these cards come to the shop at all. So that is a lot of fun. We got the Shining Mew, and we got the Mew VMAX. This another beautiful card. This is an alt art, and it is the chase card, or one of the chase cards, I believe, from Fusion Strike. So really, really fun to see these kinds of high quality, high end chase cards come to the shop. Last but not least, it deserves honorable mention because it came to the shop and went in the case, is the Gengar. So we got the Mew, and the Gengar. Very, very fun to see. Very, love it when the new cards come to the shop and you get to see them and play with them. As far as high-end chase cards go, I don't even know if you could call this a chase card, but high-end, absolutely. We got the Masterpiece Soul Ring in, and it's amazing. It's my precious. I don't even know if I want to sell it. I bought it at light play. I feel like pricing it at near mint just so it'll sit in the case for a while. I just want to look at it. I just want to hold it. I just want to hold my ring. It looks good. Now, one of the issues that was pointed out to me by my good friend Mason at Cardinal Gaming, if you haven't already, check out his shop, is when you buy high-end cards like this, make sure to authenticate them. Usually you do it first. Sometimes you do it afterwards. And I'm not an expert at authenticating Magic cards by any means. I'm not a novice, but I'm probably, average. To me, it looks real. To me, it looks authentic. The way the light hits it, it looks nice and shiny. It looks okay to me. The hollow stamp looks okay. It's got the bevel inset that's appropriate for the card. All of this, the lettering, the spacing, the font looks okay. There doesn't seem to be any kind of print defects, no accidents, no oopsies. So it looks okay to me. If you see something that gives you pause, feel free to point it out. But overall, I would say that this is a beautiful, beautiful card. And I love to have it in the shop. This came in on trade for, I put the market value at $850. I gave them $650, I believe, if I remember correctly, for trade, in-store trade. And they left it on an open tab. So he took a booster box, and then he has an open tab. And he can come back and redeem the rest of that money whenever he wants. Really, really fun. Really, really amazing card to see. It's nice. I like Magic cards. I like high-end Magic cards. They hold their value really, really well for a long period of time. Pokemon's fun. Pokemon, people like investing and buying and trading Pokemon. But the thing about Pokemon is its ability to hold value on the high-end cards for an extended period of time has yet to be tested. We're still kind of waiting to see how that's going to work out. Magic, tried and true. If Magic cards lose value, let's put it this way. If Magic cards lose value, then nothing is safe. Everything's done for. So, so these came into on trade, 2 Detective Pikachu booster packs. We got 2 Celestial Storm booster packs and 2 Ancient Origin sleeved boosters. Those came in on trade along with these cards here. Also, as a part of this deal, something that I wasn't too excited about, but when I said I'd give it a try, is this mega mystery box that I guess they sell at Meijer here in Wisconsin. Meijer is like Pick and Save, or not Pick and Save, I'm sorry, like Walmart, right down the road. And they have these mega mystery boxes in which you can pull all of these fantastic things. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in there. I'm not going to open it up. I'm going to try and slap a price tag on it and see who wants it. So as a part of the mega mystery box, oh, by the way, the mega mystery box, that's where he said he pulled these packs from: the 2 Detective Pikachus, the 2 Celestial Storms, and the 2 Ancient Origin sleeved. Basically, the mega mystery box is probably what everybody has had like laying around their warehouse. They can't just sell 2 Celestial Storm booster packs in a Meijer, so they package it up and stick it in a fancy box and sell it that way, I guess. We'll see if I can do the same. We got the Blissey Alt Art. Beautiful, beautiful card. Love to see cards like this come through. We got the Fisherman, and then we have some bulk and some higher end cards here that came through. Climax VMAX just came in the shop, so I sent out the first wave of Climax VMAX booster boxes, and we're starting to see some of the bulk come back through. Some of the higher end cards that people aren't really chasing come back through. Japanese, I don't love buying Japanese singles in the shop because they're a little bit harder to move for me. They're not as easy and simple to move as English. Not that I don't love Japanese cards and Japanese products. I absolutely do. They're just, from a store owner's perspective, a little harder to move. They require a little more work. So we're seeing some celebrations come back through. Some Battle Styles, Chilling Reign. These are bulk Vs. These would come in on the bulk Vs price. We got 3 Ashes Pikachu. Cool, very cool cards. Good condition. 2 of them have a little bit of gunk on the top, a little boogering. Then we got some more. We got a Jirachi Secret Rare, Shiny Railu, Shiny Rowlet, Giovanni's Exile. Some really fun cards. Some really, really cool cards. That's the Grimmsnarl VMAX. That's part of the fun of owning a card store is you get to, people bring you all of these awesome cards. You don't have to go hunt them down. People will bring them to you. That's still blows my mind how cool it is. How, what a privilege it is to own a card store where people willingly bring you their awesome stuff. So that was one buy. That was all from the same purchase. What else do we have here? We have a legacy purchase that came through. That was a fun one. He had these are some modern bulk that he had in there. Chansey Damaged base set 2. There's a little bit of deformation going on there. It looks like a binder ring got to it. I don't know. Maybe I could show it on camera here. See, right there. It looks like a binder ring gave the Chansey a hug while they were snuggling in the binder. Overall, legacy purchases, I love them. A lot of fun. Light Play Hitmonchan from Base Unlimited. And then I started going through and categorizing and assessing these cards. When I assess my cards and you see these tabs on them, 1 tab means light play. No tabs means near mint. 1 tab, light play. 2 tabs is moderate play. And then I usually don't go any lower than moderate play. I usually stop at moderate. Heavily played and moderately played to me are the same thing. So I don't go any lower. Moderately played is the lowest before damaged that I assess a card at. If it's below moderately played to me, it's going to be in the damaged category. I don't get tied up with all these like 1,800 different categories of moderately played, light to moderately played, near mint, 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 near mint. That's just not, I have things to do. I don't have time for all that. You see a little bit of a printing consistency issue here. I'm going to assess these cards for authenticity because I see a little bit, it's the same card. It's a Jungle Mankey. And you see that they're two different colors. Now, the provenance of these cards, the person who traded them in, I have absolutely no reason to think that a counterfeit would ever get into their collection because they've had it since the 90s. But when you see some print quality issues like that, that's something that needs to be done, is the cards need to be assessed for, whether or not they're counterfeits. A lot of base set too, a lot of jungle, a lot of fossil, some unlimited in here. It was a fun collection. It was a well-loved collection. Most of these cards are probably going to fall into the light play category. There was some near mints hiding in there, but most of them I would put comfortably at light play. So that was Legacy. Haven't seen too much Legacy come through the door recently. That was the first one that I've seen in maybe 2 weeks. So usually we get a lot of WotC traffic, but not recently. Here's another purchase that came in, if I could pick them up. And this is all, bear in mind, this is all in the last weekend. 2 purchases happened during the week, but most of this happened in the same 48-hour period. 2 cool Snorlax VMAXs. He's got the World on his tummy. He got the Zamazenta there, the Lapras. Got some full art trainers. Got some amazing rares. Ooh, a Tapu Koko GX, Rayquaza GX, Umbreon. Good looking Umbreon there. Got some good stuff. The Shrifty GX. Look at the way that the holo. Look at the way they printed that. Such amazing craftsmanship went into these cards. The Heatran GX, just really great. Got the Legacy Japanese. I think it's a Dark Raichu. Is that right? Metal goggles. Got all this good stuff in here. This all came in the same purchase. Some more amazing rares in there. And then we get to the bulk. The bulk Vs, the bulk Vs, the bulk Vs. We got the WotC Electabuzz movie promo. So I guess there is some Legacy stuff mixed in there. So I guess we did get a little bit more Legacy than I thought we did. But it's been pretty slow for WotC these days. I think maybe a lot of them are getting snapped up on Facebook or snapped up on Mercari or wherever people. So these are some Magic cards that came in, as you could see, as evidenced by my amazing Soul Ring. Oh my God, I just like looking at it. I got Jared. We got Prime Speaker Zagana. Beautiful. Look at her. Look at that look on her face. That come hither look. Is that a come hither look, or is that I'm gonna end you look? I don't know. And we got the Holo Sun Titan, looking really good there. Looking ready for war, ready for battle. As long as we're on Magic, let's just finish up with the rest of the Magic purchases. These came in with some Pokemon cards, and that happens often. We got Croxa, and we got Garuk, the last Garuk, the Garuk Borderless. The last Garuk I had sold pretty quickly, so happy to see him back in the shop. And we got some bulk Vs in there. We got a couple, I think those are bulk VMAXs. And then we got the bigger hitters here. Blastoise, Celebrations has taken a pretty big hit. So Blastoise, not worth very much. I think it's like in the $5 range these days, but it's still fun to see. I have a whole stack of these. And then we have the rest, the Ice Rider Calyrex, or I call it IRC. So not a heck of a lot here. I think the most from this trade came from those 2 Magic cards. Magic cards. I don't know why I said it like that. Those 2 Magic cards. Here we have another purchase that was made. We got the energies on top. We got the golds. This was a fun purchase that I remember. We got the 2 McDonald's Bulbasaurs. If you didn't know this, now you're going to learn it. You can always tell a McDonald's card because it has the confetti hollow pattern. Do you see that? The way that the hollow hits, it looks like confetti. That is something that is exclusive to McDonald's cards throughout all time, as far as I know. There might be an exception, but as far as I know, that's exclusive to McDonald's cards from as early as I can remember. It's that confetti hollow pattern, just like that. We have this WotC promo NT. I don't think that was a part of the same collection. I think he might have snuck his way in there because he just likes to be on camera. But we have, we got that's Hidden Fates, Jesse and James. Got the Boss's Order from Crimson Invasion. Then overall, we got some good cards in here. We got some good hits. A lot of bulk VMAXs in there. Stained glass birds. You know how much I love the stained glass birds. So some good stuff in there. Let's see what we got here. This was one that just came in. These two piles are a part of the same purchase. As long as I got my sleeves here, I'm going to start breaking it down. Got the Braxton Charizard. Oh, the camera's over here. Braxton Charizard. Japanese. Good looking card. We got the Boss's Orders. Like I said, I'm going to start breaking it down here as long as I got all my stuff here. Good looking Boss's Orders. Full Art Trainer card. We got the Galarian Obstagoon Secret. Ooh, look at you shining with you got your suit on. You got your dancing suit on. I love to see it. I got a dancing suit just like that at home. Glaceon VMAX Rainbow Rare. Look at you, Glaceon. Shining. Pretty and shining. We got a couple, these I looked up. There's the active listings are like $5 a piece on these. I don't really know really what I'm going to do with it. This is something interesting to note. This is the new reverse hollow pattern. I don't know if it's going to make it to English, but in Japanese with the VMAX Climax, this is what they're doing with the reverse hollow pattern. So that's interesting. That'll be kind of interesting to watch. Oh, I guess I lied. I guess we weren't done with Magic. So we got two Utavara Hellkite Dragons. Hello Charizard. Look at that. We got the Hellkite Tyrant. We got Bruna. We got Balefire. We got a lot of dragons here. Big dragon guy, I guess. We got a Light Play Koth of the Hammer. Two Curse of Misfortunes. And a Hollow Reanimate. Light play condition, but still very, very cool cards. These are Japanese cards that came back in from VMAX Climax. Like I said, VMAX Climax is starting to make its way back in. We sent the first wave out, the first wave of sealed boxes, and now we have some cards coming back in. This guy said that he actually pulled the entire V Union of this card in one box. Can you believe that? This looks like the Morpeko to me, if I can see past the microphone. It looks like a Morpeko V Union. He pulled the entire V Union out of one box. I don't know if that's lucky. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work, but it seems lucky to me. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to work. Maybe that's how... Oh, wait. We're not pulling them apart. I don't know if that's lucky. It seems lucky. It doesn't seem like that's how it's supposed to work, but maybe it is. Let me know if you've pulled like an entire V Union out of one box. I'd be interested to find out. It looks like they're going to keep heading in the direction of the V Unions for now. I'm not a competitive player, so I don't really know. I don't know how to react. From a store's perspective, I'm not over the moon with the V Unions. There are other cards and other kinds of mechanics that I like more than the V Union. But if players like it, I'm on board. If you're a player, let me know. Do you like the V Union? Because that is all that really matters to me when it's all said and done. What are the players like? Collectors, I can imagine what collectors are going to say about these. It's going to probably be in line with what the store says. But I am more interested in what players have to say. So we have a character rare here. We got the Jolteon, and I don't remember that fella's name back there, but really, really cool card. And this is exciting. You know, this is the direction that excites me the most when it comes to Pokemon. We're headed in this direction. And the most important thing for me is that we need to monitor, we as in me and you, need to monitor the direction of VMAX Climax, because that is going to tell us where we got a boss's orders, full art, Japanese. Monitoring the direction of VMAX Climax is going to tell us what is about to happen with the Pokemon collecting market. This is an amazing set. VMAX Climax is an amazing, amazing set. And it's better, in my opinion, than Shiny Star V, excuse me. Watching what happens with VMAX Climax, if you remember, we got a character secret rare. Hello, beauty. If you remember, Shiny Star V went to $200 a box about a month or two after it was released, and it held there for like 6 months, maybe even a year. It held there for a long time. We need to watch what happens with VMAX Climax, because if VMAX Climax does make it to Shiny Star V levels, then that to me would signal a real health in the collecting portion of the Pokemon card market. If VMAX Climax holds $100 a box, well, yeah, collectors are going to be happy about that because they get to buy more product. You know, it's not crazily overpriced. They're not being priced out of the market. But I would caution collectors to think about it a little bit more clearly, because if it holds that $100 price point, it means one of two things. It means that either Pokemon is printing enough, and that would give most people, pause, would tend to make most people cautious that we're about to be oversaturated with product. Or it means that there's not enough demand. It means that there's no interest. Nobody cares anymore. And that, nobody wants that. I don't think anybody wants that. So that is the end of those piles. Let's see what else we got here. This is another more stuff that came in on purchase. A lot of Celebrations, as you can see, is making its way back into the shop. And I'm happy to have it, I hate it when this stuff comes in and I have to look at the person and be like, this card that used to be $30, $40 is like $1 now. I'm sorry. There are some cards, there are some people who've been in the shop and I've been like, oh, you pulled that card. You got to bring it in. If you bring it in now, that card's like $50. But if you wait, it's not in. What happens is, maybe they can't make it to the store. Maybe they can't bring it in right now, or maybe they want to sit on it for a little bit and they bring it in later. And now it's like $1 card. And that sucks. I don't like that conversation. It sucks the wind out of me, just like it sucks the wind out of you. I want everybody to be happy, me and you, not just, me. So that does happen sometimes, and that's regrettable. Professor's Research, another one that popped up to I think it was like $4 or $5 a card, but now it's like V bulk prices. This Pikachu is another example of that popped up. I think it was like $2, $3 a card, and now it's like hollow rare prices. I paid like a dime for these cards now or something. So these were interesting. These came in. I didn't even know these existed. The collector's chest, the lunch boxes, I had those for such a short period of time in my shop. They were in one day, and it seemed like I sold a case or two of them the next day, that I didn't even realize that these were the special promos that were in those collector's chests. Each collector's chest comes with these 3 promos in it. So that's exciting. I'm happy to see those cards come to the shop. Zekrom from Celebrations. Here comes Team Rocket, Imposter, Professor Oak, some Claydol. These Greninjas, I would ask you, if you're out there and you're still listening this far into the video, if you're still with me, when you get these promos, this is the Greninja Star. This is the promo that came in the Celebrations ETBs. When you get these promos, leave them in their cellophane wrapper. It diminishes the value of these cards when you take them out of their cellophane wrapper. Because when I go to sell the card now, I have to send it off to somebody, and they're expecting it. They see me list a Greninja Star. They're like, okay, well, that's supposed to be in a cellophane wrapper. Why are you sending me this raw card that's not in its cellophane wrapper? So, consider that. Please leave the promos in their cellophane wrappers, especially if you're planning on selling it. Like if you're going to put it in a binder collection, then do whatever you want with it. But if you're going to try and turn around next week and sell it back to the Pokemon store, leave it in its wrapper. Here's some more celebrations that came through. And this is all bulk. This is all bought at 7 cents. 7 cents a card. Hollow rare bulk prices, even though that's probably too much for these cards nowadays. They probably, as far as like buy list prices, the store's buying goes, that's probably... They've fallen quite dramatically in price as we get ready for Brilliant Stars. And I've started to see people's Brilliant Stars numbers come out, and pre-orders are opening up, and I'm very excited for it. We're working through VMAX Climax. I've almost gotten through all my inventory of that. That's been such a hot set, as is to be expected. It's an amazing set, and it's really, really fun to see the direction Pokemon is going. I got to end the video holding the Soul Ring. To date, this is my largest acquisition of a single card. So this would be the highest price tag on a single card that if I'm remembering correctly, I've done Charizards and stuff, but they've never been as expensive as this card, I think. I'd have to go back through and look it up. But I think that this is the highest price tag for a card that I've ever paid. Actually, no, it's the highest market price card that I've ever acquired. I've paid $600 and so for Charizards before, but the value of this card is up there. It's definitely in the top 5. Now that I'm thinking back through, I'm remembering other high price cards. But it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun to have a card store, a lot of fun to have people bringing these things in. And if you are an expert at authenticating Magic cards, feel free to chime in the comments section. Feel free to let me know if there's something that gives you pause. I went through and it looks okay. I looped it and everything, and there's a bevel. Let's see if I can catch the bevel. There's a bevel on the stamp. You can kind of see it there a little bit. There, am I showing it? There is a bevel on the hollow stamp. Everything is shining in the right places and not shining in the correct places. I think it's hard to know, without having a perfect authenticated card to compare it to right next to. But I looked up the card, and the text and the font and the spacing all looks correct. The border around the nameplate, as you see, is holographic. It has the appropriate, it blends up. So it starts on the top, it starts solid by the nameplate, and then it kind of dissolves into a mist as it gets a little bit higher. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera. It looks real to me. You see the border here is reflective. It's reflecting just the appropriate things. I think it's good. My guys, my gals. Really, really fun. Really, really exciting. Let me know if you have any Soul Rings you wanna bring in. I'm down. Let's fill this shop with Magic masterpieces. It was a good weekend. It was a good weekend for trade. It was a good weekend for sales. I know everybody is sounding the alarm. Everybody's telling you that the market is crashing, but my sales are strong. My online sales are strong. My in-store sales are fantastic. So, I hate to be the one in the eye of the hurricane looking around saying, what are you guys talking about? Everything's nice and sunny and shiny. What are you talking about? There's no storm happening, and I'm standing in the eye, and, the cows are flying around me. But from where I'm standing right now, people are still interested in the hobby. Collectors are, there's more collectors coming out of the woodwork than before. I talked about this legacy purchase that I did, and there was a hollow. There was a bunch of hollows in it, And I had just done this legacy purchase like a couple days before, and they were sitting on the counter here when a new group of customers that I haven't had in before came in, and they started looking through it, and they bought 2 or 3 of them just from sitting on the counter. I hadn't even priced them yet, but they bought them, and they were in light play condition. You know, they were boogered up from being in a little boy's collection, but they didn't care. That's the important part. And I didn't price them as near mint. You know, they were priced appropriately for the card, but they didn't care. They were going into binders. They loved the card. They wanted to add the card to their collection. It was not about like, oh, I think that this could grade an 8. I think that this strong 8, weak 9. It wasn't about that. It was about, oh man, this card would look good in my collection. And that's, you know, as a store, that's what we love to see. That's what we love to see. I'm not a Wall Street stockbroker. I'm not here trying to sell retirement plans. I'm selling fancy cardboard with cartoon characters on it. So when somebody comes in and talks about like, I'm going to pick up that light play, I'm going to pick up that moderate play because I want to add it to my binder. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to help you diversify your portfolio with shiny cardboard. You know, I don't mind doing that. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful for every customer that I have. I truly am. But I can't promise you that this cardboard is going to be worth $100,000 a piece in 10 years. But what I can promise you is that if you buy it for your collection binder, you're going to open it in 10 years and you're going to look at it and say, oh yeah, I'm glad that I have that card in my collection. And you know, when I can promise something like that to a person and feel comfortable with it, I can go home and I can sleep easy at night. So that'll wrap up for the video for today. It was a long one. If anybody's still around, you know, I thank you so much for watching the videos. I really do appreciate it. You know, I love all the support that I've been getting, all the people in the comments section, all the likes, the shares. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible that anybody's, you know, wants to stick around and listen to me speak. It blows my mind. Thank you guys very much. We're a couple days before Christmas. I want everybody who listens to this channel to enjoy their Christmas. Find a family member to connect with. Find a friend who needs somebody to connect with. Think of somebody maybe who's down. Maybe somebody lost somebody to the flu this year. Find somebody, reach out to them, connect with them. You don't have to ask if they're okay. You don't have to, you know, pat them on the back, and you don't have to console them and be a shoulder to cry on. But reach out to them and say, hey, let's go get some ice cream. Let's go ice skating. Let's watch a movie. You know, we don't even have to talk watching a movie, but let's just be in the same room together, being human beings in each other's personal space. You know, let's get out from behind the computers. Let's get out from behind the phones, and let's just be in the same room together. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And I'll see you in the next one.